Hello everyone, this is Chris and welcome from Florida. And no, we're not in the swamp right now, and actually I'm from my house, and just basically want to give you a little bit of an update and let you know what had an unfortunate event that happened this week. So we'll talk about that and maybe some upcoming things that we're going to be discussing. So that's the reason why we're not doing any bigfooting right now. What happened this week was while I was at work, my Tacoma was broke into, and they busted out the glass in it and scratched the paint up. It had like $2,200 in damage was done. So I'm not going to be driving down the road minus a window or any kind of crappy plastic stuff hanging off my truck. I don't go like that. It looks unprofessional, and I just don't do business like that. So it's in a garage right now, and it's not being driven until it's ready to be repaired. Because we're in our rainy season right now, and we get a lot of rain, and so the rain just becomes very unpredictable. But what is predictable is at the end of the day, it will normally thunderstorm and buckets of rain. So that's the reason why we're not getting out, and really we're missing a lot of good, valuable time right now because being able to get out to swamp areas and being able to do the things that we normally do, which is check for the prints and everything like that. So just want to talk to you about a couple more things. Mark's not here right now. He's out in the Gulf of Mexico, and he's doing some deep sea fishing. So we're taking advantage of the time and doing a little bit of wind down. I also have to go to Disney World this weekend and celebrate my 30th wedding anniversary with my wife. So I know for everybody that's been down there, it's a pretty interesting place. So yeah, the truck's out of commission. We're going to take this time to do a little bit of personal time, a little winding down. I want to talk about briefly about the Bay News 9. The whole show. We survived it. Went well. Had a lot of good, positive things that became of that. I don't regret it at all whatsoever. I would talk to anybody about our research area that is serious about wanting to have a look at it. So yeah, it went over well. It went real well. And one of the things I'm gonna point out that this is one of the reasons why I don't like Facebook. But I'm doing this video from my house because there was a lot of there was just some mean comments that came back on Facebook from the from the television station. It wasn't our Facebook. I don't have a Facebook. But basically, they were saying, since we were out in we're out in the Green Swamp, so that's the location area that we're at. But they were saying that meth heads, and they were calling us drug heads and everything like that, and we was unemployed, and we just got nothing else to do in life other than to do things like this. So that was one of the things I wanted to shoot the video from my house to show you that no, I'm not a meth head. Mark's not a meth head. We're very successful people. We do have lives. My children are very successful, and hate to disappoint all the naysayers that had such mean and negative things to say about us. No, I do not do drugs, don't ever do drugs, and I'm not a meth head. After the TV show was over, we basically, we was asked, Mark was contacted through Facebook, and we went on a country radio station, and so they interviewed us on the radio show, and one of the things that I'll disclose is that the three people that was in the station booth with us that morning when we did it was a really short interview. But as they asked the first question, after I had answered the first question, I could instantly see it on their faces. Their jaws just dropped wide open, and what I remember seeing was they looked very surprised, to say the least, or maybe a bit, maybe astonished. I don't know. Yeah, overall, I thought the radio interview went real well, and I think they were surprised to see that we were entirely serious on the subject, and that we came off as being smart, professional, and knowledgeable at what we were doing out there. And so that was the radio station. So some of the things that we're going to be thinking about right here, everybody knows that we get a lot of in our areas, we get a lot of these mumblings and voices and vocals and so forth, and I'm trying to wrap my arms around the whole thing. I'm not ready to make really a comment about all that just yet. I got to consult with Mark. Basically, we feel that we need to just we got to talk it over a little bit more about making any kind of a statement or anything like that about seeing or hearing the vocals. But maybe you didn't catch us on the last video, but when that woman was singing, I will be, maybe I wasn't saying this on the video enough, but oddly and bizarrely enough, it seemed like the singing that I was hearing was literally just like inches away from my head. And Mark didn't catch it, but I caught it. Both audio recorders did pick it up, so that tells me it's not mind speak. It was actually sound waves moving through the air, or else the audio recorder, both audio recorders and the camera would not have picked it up. But it concerns me because of it seems like it's dealing with an unknown that we just don't have any answers for. So I'm not ready to make any more comments about that other than what I'm telling you, what I heard, and we'll let them drive by. I'll just leave it at this. What I'm telling you, what I heard it seemed like it was just inches from my head, and I don't have an answer for that. And so when we get back out there again, maybe we'll get some more answers. But the rabbit hole continues to go deeper and deeper and deeper, and the rabbit hole goes to the point where it makes any questions that you have become even more bizarre. It's just hard to explain altogether. The rabbit hole does indeed go deep. So we'll get back out once the truck gets repaired. We'll make it back out. Don't know when that'll be. And some of my plans that we'll do will probably be in our area that we normally go to. There's an extensive river system up in there, but it's basically a fortress back up in there, and that's the reason why this area is hot, in my opinion, because it's a fortress effect. You can really only get in and out of there from one direction, and it's from the south. The north side and on another side right there goes on for miles, but it's basically not passable by human means. Unless you just want to get out there. And I don't know, I can't imagine anybody going out there without extensive equipment being involved, boats, and a major operation going on, because if you try to make it through that swamp on your own, you're probably going to not make it out of there alive. You'll probably be eaten or moccasin bit or anything along those lines. So we might basically go in there, and I don't like using machetes, but I'm thinking about maybe pushing in deeper and making it all the way to the river system from where we are at. I don't know what it will yield in the least bit, But it would be an adventure. It would definitely be a journey, and that's what life is all about, in my opinion. Is being in it and not letting it pass you by, and just grab it by the horns and go with it. So we might just hack away into all the way to the river system. I think it could be interesting. Whether we do it or not, I don't know. Right now, the areas and the conditions that we're in right now, normally we pull back, and we're going to be into the summer doldrums down here in Florida, where we get massive amounts of rainfall, and the weather becomes extremely predictable, as in big and bad and thunderstorms. So if you're not from Florida, that's what we get. The thunderstorms are brutally ruthless down here. They come up on you quick, and the lightning is very violent. And so it messes up all the operations. I can't leave recorders out. I can't do some of the things. So basically we pull back. The area becomes more Jurassic Park-like, and the snake hazard definitely goes through the roof. So we don't want to be bit by moccasins or anything like that. If you do get bit by a venomous snake, moccasin, Mark and I, we're not young guys. If it happens, I got snake guards on. Mark doesn't, but or I do have them with me. At our age, if you get by a moccasin like that, it could be very bad news for you, because you could end up losing not only your life, but you could lose a leg. Because of the way the venom reacts to the body. It just kills off the flesh, and some people end up losing their leg over it. Another thing I want to talk about more when it comes to the subject and our areas that we're in, and what I was mentioning about the fortress effect, is I haven't really said this. I say it in some of the private responses, or maybe some of the responses to some people, but these vocals that we get are, in my opinion, sometimes they're downright. Some people think it's astonishing. It's just, unless it happens to you, and you don't see a person or any human or anything like that up and near you. I mean, your mind says, I know I heard what I heard. My audio recorder tells me that in fact that we do get these vocals. A lot of times it sounds like mumblings, but it is up to the point to where we're starting to get concerned with it, and if and when it does happen, it's we just don't have an answer for it, because we can look around and we can say, I thought I just heard that, and you don't see, there's no people there, there's no one around you, there's not even anything or anyone else out there maybe than just us. We grab our cell phones and we look at our cell phones. It's not a mistake of anything that we did or anything like that, and it's I don't know, it's just bizarre. I'll say that, and I have wanted to quit twice in the past, and like I said, I'm not ready to make any statements just yet. I have wanted to quit twice in the past, because I felt like we were getting in over our heads, and that I felt that basically the team was maybe possibly endangered. And I don't know how to say that. It might offend people. I'm not saying that I know what goes on in the Pacific Northwest or other parts of the country. I can only say what I know from our area that we're in. I there's been many times I just felt an ominous dread going in there. People have told me, stop what you're doing. It's just these things are evil. It's something. It's evil spirits and so forth and so on. And I don't know what to say about it other than that. I don't think we're ready to stop at all, and we'll just probably just keep on doing what we're doing, maybe push in a little bit deeper, but we definitely feel that there's a tactical pattern that's going on out there. I can say with utmost certainty that there is because of my time in the U.S. Army and my experience when I was in the Army, I can say with certainty that what we are experiencing in our area is something that can be considered similar to maybe an Army infantry squad in the woods, with what the patterns that we have and the directions that we point to when we hear things and when we hear movement. And most always, it seems like whenever we encounter any kind of vocals, we catch the vocals because we're in tune with it right now. And I would caution researchers out there, hunters, whatever you would call yourself when you pursue this subject, that the mumbling sounds are like a dead giveaway in our opinion as far as how you can discern what's going on around you, and you'll catch and you'll come to the conclusion very fastly that there's patterns out there, and the patterns will help you identify and maybe understand these creatures a bit better, because we keep saying, one of these days, one of these days, one of them is just gonna be standing there while the camera's rolling, or it's gonna do a headshot, pop up, and be looking at you, or maybe you might get an outright confrontation while the camera is rolling. I do not know. I don't know if that'll ever happen. I don't know if we will ever get anything like that. They're incredibly intelligent, incredibly elusive creatures. We always hear this female vocals too. We hear female vocals and childlike vocals as well. I will also tell you this much, that spirits, I'm not a professional at this by no means, but why would any kind of a spirit-like thing or a ghost-like thing, why would it have a need to eat any food is beyond me. And because we know some of the things that we leave out is definitely opened up by hands, and no doubt in my mind. And we lay some things out in areas that we know it is not frequented by human beings or anything like that at all. So I think maybe I've talked long enough. Take up your time. The point was I just want to give everyone out there just an update, and the reason why we have a bit of a delay about why we're not getting out there. So I wish everyone well out there. Our subscribers, thank you very much for subscribing to the channel. Pass around, share out the videos, and we're going to keep on doing what we're doing. We're not giving up, and we're going to keep thinking out of the box, because thinking out of the box is what is required if you want to get closer to these guys. Constantly thinking out of the box. So once again, we thanks everybody, and till the next video. Hopefully the next video will be us out in the swamp again. All right, bye.